Hello and welcome to Man's Model Moments. Now, I've been involved in the 3D makerspace for about a decade. My first 3D printer was a tiny little thing I got from Kickstarter before that platform was flooded by rip-off 3D printer projects, and I progressed to a larger Wanhu printer that required a lot of tinkering. But eventually I had it on my wireless network with a camera to check for print failures from the comfort of my study, since the printer was located 2 floors up in my converted loft. I also got involved with a games company shortly after, writing rules for a space combat game called Firestorm Armada. Their site was at an industrial park called Evercrete Junction, not far from where I live now, and they had a very expensive 3D printer capable of making miniature quality models and a whole bunch of laser cutters which made bases, terrain, tokens and the like. Now 3D printing has evolved rapidly to the point that I could print better quality minis than that company at home today with a printer costing a fraction of the price. But what's remained outside the reach of most hobbyists are those other machines, laser cutters. Until recently, that is. In the past, cutters like this used expensive and high maintenance CO2 lasers and the like, decent ones being industrially sized and requiring some dedicated space and amenities. LED lasers have changed all of that, and several companies have melded the technological progress in LED lasers with the lowered costs of 2 and 3 axis robotics from filament printing to give us desktop products that provide the quality and, importantly, safety to make this a more consumer accessible product. Now, I've been toying with the idea of a laser cutter for some time, and when Creality reached out to me to see if I'd do a review of their Falcon2 Pro system, I was happy to oblige. I have a Creality 6E filament printer which I bought through a Kickstarter campaign, and I've always been happy with the quality of that. I still use it today. Now, we both agreed that a simple unboxing video wasn't really what either side wanted, and instead we settled on the production of a couple of project videos, of which this is the first. Now, there are plenty of unboxing videos of the Falcon 2 Pro out there, and mine was pretty much an identical experience to the majority of those. The product arrived extremely well packaged in a very robust box, and in fact disposing of the packaging is probably a more involved process than assembling and setting up the physical parts of the system. Follow the instructions and you can't really go too wrong. Now, of course, I had absolutely no idea how to use a laser cutter when I got this product. I do know, however, that lasers that can cut through acrylic, leather and wood can be very dangerous, and that's one reason that I haven't bought a cheaper product in the past, because even scattered light from a laser cutter can be enough to damage your eyesight or even blind you. So although I'm not going to go through the features of this product like a used car salesman, I will say that the safety enclosure is a must for this type of product. And I also like how Creality also supply you with these additional glasses too, though there is a safety interlock which pauses the system when you open the lid. You can never be too sure when it comes to your eyesight. I also like how they make you look like a visitor from V. Now, there are a couple of learning curves when it comes to laser cutting, and actually they were a bit of a barrier to me releasing this video. The first is software. Like many 3D printers and every consumer paper printer, laser cutters are a bit software agnostic. They usually don't have dedicated software supplied with them, but can be operated from any suitable software with the appropriate driver. Now, Creality do supply a USB stick with demo copies of a couple of different possibilities, but I went with Lightburn as it seemed to be one of the most popular choices, and it was the first one on the USB stick that I came to. Now, downloading this and installing the Falcon2 Pro driver, I was ready to learn how to use the software. So this is the first learning curve. If you've not used 3D cutting software before, you need to learn how. Fortunately, this is pretty easy, and there are lots of tutorials out there on the web and YouTube to make this happen quickly. To start with, I just wanted to get a pre-existing file and try to cut it to check everything and get used to the product. Now, I remembered that Matt from Model Minutes made some laser cut pieces for an aircraft shelter, so I hopped on over to his Patreon and downloaded them, loaded them up into the software and pressed go. I then ran into the second issue with this review. You see, on many reviews and product uses, especially new ones, you come across various issues, things that go wrong and so on, so that you can give a balanced and unbiased review. After all, I want people to know that I'm not a paid shill, and that if I recommend a product, I'm backing it with my name and reputation. The problem, which isn't actually a problem, with the Falcon2 Pro is that it just works. I think the analogy with a laser printer is very apt, since you effectively just plug this thing into your computer, load up your software, and then cut out whatever you wanted to. The issues I've had have all been about my learning about this creative area, or playing with settings to get the best cuts on different types and thicknesses of materials, learning the software and where I put the cutter in my studio to get the best out of my workspace. They haven't related to the product itself. This then created a third issue, which was, how do I make an interesting and informative video about this? Going on a video and saying, this works, is pretty boring and not something I would really want to watch myself. As such, I started looking at how I could use this product in our hobby, and it turns out that it is incredibly useful to me in two main ways. Now, I just want to take a moment to thank all of you who have supported me directly through YouTube memberships and Patreon. This really does keep the channel going, and without you it would be very difficult for me to be able to continue doing this. Now, if you're only just seeing your name on here for the first time, it's because I update this monthly, and if I've prepared some videos ahead of time, then there may still have the old list on, even if the list has been updated since then. Don't worry though, your name will get on the list and will continue to appear throughout your support. If you are considering supporting me, YouTube channel membership is by far the easiest way to do this, since Patreon is becoming a more challenging platform to engage with. Whichever you choose, however, I absolutely appreciate your contributions, and don't forget to come and check out the private members Discord, which you get access to at any level. The laser cutter is absolutely fantastic for making big structural pieces for dioramas and the like. Matt's aircraft shelter is a good example, and you'll be seeing more of that sort of thing on my channel in future. To demonstrate that, I bought and downloaded a couple of pre-made laser files for making some 1/72 scale Normandy style houses. These needed a bit of tweaking in the software, something that you should get used to if you're buying commercially prepared files, as they're often not made for your individual cutter. Anyway, after a bit of fiddling in Lightburn and less time than that actually cutting, which is another common theme, I had all of the pieces and could get to making. This particular building uses 3mm thick basswood, so I just put it together with regular white glue. As you can see, it's quite pleasing. Now, making these sorts of things is great, but I really wanted to make my own things, so I got to designing some myself. The first you'll have already seen if you're a regular viewer on my channel. I used this to create a very basic building corner in my regular diorama live streams on my midweek model meet. I'll link that here if you've not seen that. I made the file for that in Lightburn in less than 10 minutes, longer than it actually took to cut it, and it worked first time, which is pretty astonishing. The next are what I'd call utility pieces. In fact, you've already seen part of one creation in my Vintage Classics Jaguar Fix video, where I built the model in flight and needed a stand for the aircraft. I used the Falcon 2 to make a cradle stand, so I didn't need to molest the model and use that in photographing it. You can see elements of it in the finished model pictures. As an aside, this also highlights one of the learning parts of using a laser cutter, and that is its precision. If you ask it to cut a circle 24.3mm in diameter, that's exactly what it does. And if you were sloppy in your measurement and needed 24.2mm, then that piece won't just fit. So you have to be absolutely accurate in your measurements and so on. Now, coming back from that aside, these sorts of utility accessories to our hobby are ideal for a laser cutter, more so than a 3D printer. That's because you can cut high-strength materials and make structures with them in minutes, which would take hours on a 3D printer and still not have the strength of the laser cut parts. I made a glue holder so I don't knock that over, and a paint stand for all 80 ICM paints, which is one of the handiest creations I think I've ever made. The second area that I've really found utility with the printer is in my shop as a business, and I'll cover that in my second video. Before I get to that though, let me do a bit of a rundown of what I like about the Falcon 2 Pro. Firstly, it has an inbuilt camera. You need to calibrate this in Lightburn to correct for any fisheye distortion in covering the entire bed, but Creality do provide a calibration card, so that's just a software process that takes 5 minutes or so. When done, you can put your material on the bed, update the camera overlay view on your screen, and then adjust positioning of your cut file to minimize wastage. I've also used this feature to use scrap material for smaller parts, which is good for both minimizing waste disposal and making things as economical as possible. Next up are the safety features. Aside from the overall cover and the glasses, the unit has an air pump that blows smoke and dust away from the cutting area. This means you're less likely to get surface burning and degradation of the laser lens. The enclosure also has an extraction fan that takes any smoke, dust and fumes to a hose that can be exhausted to outside. That's a massive thing. As my partner Maria says, cutting that wood stinks. Mainly because I just put the hose out the door the first time I used the unit in my eagerness to get going, meaning a lot of the smell got blown back in. Mea culpa. The last main positive for the Falcon 2 Pro is its bed area, just over 400mm square. That means you can cut out some sizable chunks. In fact, it's what made the ICM paint rack possible. The largest sheets I've tried so far are A3, but that's because of their general availability rather than anything else. As for negatives, I'm struggling to find any meaningful ones. The laser lens does need cleaning from time to time, but that's a limitation of the technology rather than the product. I think the main one for me is that there's no positive location for material on the bed. No consistent place you can put something to always make sure it's in the same position. But again, I don't really know how that would be implemented in practice, and because a laser cutter is so precise, I don't think any human interaction system of placing material would be accurate enough, which is why they have the camera system instead. Another possible detractor is the size of the unit, which is obviously a bit bigger than the bed size, but then if it was smaller it'd have a smaller bed size, so it's a bit like saying the disadvantage of a pickup truck is that it's bigger than a saloon car, which is why you can carry supplies from the DIY store back home in it. It's part of the function of the product. I guess the one thing a lot of people will have an issue with is price, as laser cutters aren't cheap. At least, not if you want something that is well built and isn't going to fail or end up blinding you. Creality has established a good reputation in the 3D making space, and all the products I've used from them have been extremely good quality and very reliable, despite my abuse of them. The good news is that as part of partnering with Creality for this video, you can order one of these units through my link and get a discount from the normal RRP. Check the link below in the video description for that. I've also included the link to Creality's website product page, which gives all the glam shots of the system, specs and so on. In short, if you are budgeting for a laser cutter at the moment, I wouldn't hesitate to recommend the Falcon 2 Pro, and if you want to see what I've used it for in my shop and how it's actually saved me a ton of money already, then please do look out for my next video. Now if you enjoyed today's video, then I hope I've earned a like and maybe even a subscription, and if you do subscribe then please do click the notification bell and set that to all so you'll know when I upload the next video. As I mentioned, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the video too. I do read each and every comment posted, so please do go down and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. All of this interaction is absolutely free, and it only takes a few moments of your time, but it really does help a small channel like mine. Thanks for watching.
That's all for this instalment of Man's Model Moments. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel for more like it, and share this video with others you think would also enjoy it. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and if you're feeling generous then I also have a Patreon, which is absolutely the best way of helping me to grow the channel and produce more content like this. With that, I hope you have plenty of modelling moments of your own, and I look forward to welcoming you on the next video.